I just finished watching the show Grotesquerie and I really, really enjoyed it. It did a really good job at having appropriate representation of people. So, one of the actors, I think, is in the show, it's called Dr. Smith. Um, it, I think in real life, that actor has cerebral palsy. Um, but I really like that they, one, hired this disabled actor um, and sort of that actor actually had the disability that he was representing, but then they also sort of did it in a way that didn't revolve around disability. They just had him be a doctor. They didn't even mention his disability. It was just a normal thing, and he was just a doctor. And I think that that's just like an incredible example of how to properly represent people with disabilities in the media. A lot of times when you see people with disabilities in media, it's not actually like an actor with disabilities. It is an able-bodied person pretending like they have this disability, which is just incredibly problematic because one, they don't know anything about that disability. They don't know how to properly represent it in a way that's not going to be giving false information to people. And a lot of the times, the people that are writing those roles don't necessarily know much about disability either. But then also, there are people with disabilities who want to be actors. Why are you taking these roles and instead giving them to able-bodied people? There's a lot of people with disabilities that want to work. They want to do these things. They want to be an actor. They want to be able to represent their disabilities and their communities. And that's just sort of taken away from them and given to these able-bodied people who just kind of make a mockery of them. And this is just similar to like trans representation in media. A lot of the times you have this like not trans individual playing a trans character, and it's sort of just like a makeup. They don't know how to properly speak about things that impact trans individuals, um, and it's just kind of offensive. Like again, there are trans actors. Why are you not casting them? And I think like Orange is the New Black was really incredible because Laverne Cox, who's actually a transgender person and who does like an incredible amount of advocating for people that are trans, she's playing a trans character and she's trans. So it's like we need to be accurately representing the populations um, that are not typically shown in media. So those representations are accurate and not offensive. And then you're also just supporting these marginalized communities in a way that would not be done if you just simply gave that role to an able-bodied or non-trans individual. It's also just really important to make sure that those characters, their sole personality, the sole reason that they're being showed is because they're either trans or people with disabilities. You need to give them an actual like character. You need to give them a personality besides that and show that these people are just normal people and they can do things that normal people can do. They can have love interests, they can have a career, they can have all of these things that are separate from their disability or their if they're trans or not. So it's just, you can't just show them because they're trans or disabled and show nothing else. That's also just not representing these communities. And it sort of makes it seem like the whole like marginalized community of people with disabilities or trans individuals are nothing but those identities. Like these characters need to have personalities and characters just like every other character on a show or a movie. So I think when we sort of make sure that we're doing that and we're also just having these marginalized groups play the roles that they are they're representing, that they have. That's just a way to make media all that more accessible and empowering, because I mean it does matter. Representation matters a lot. We need to show people who might not necessarily see these individuals, trans individuals or people with disabilities, show them that they're people and not just these like alien creatures. These are real people with real feelings and real lives, and yeah. And once that happens, like, I'm gonna be so incredibly happy. I think we're slowly making ways towards that, but again, it's slow, and every milestone, every proper bit of representation is a step in the right direction.